Ardava Nalalidhaloka Pranay Karunya Ghana Ghanatva Praptasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Mahaprabho Kirtana Nitya Gita Vaditra Madhyan Manasodasena Romanchakam Pashrutaranga Bhajo Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Sri Vigraharadhana Nityanana Sringaratan Niramarjanado Yuktasya Bhaktyancha Niyunjatopi Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Chaturvidha Sri Bhagavat Prasado Swadvanna Triptan Hari Bhakta Sangha Kritvaiva Triptim Bhajata Sadaiva Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Sri Radhika Madhavayara Para Madhurya Leela Gunarupa Namna Pratikshana Swadana Lolupasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Nikunjayo no Ratikeli Siddhai Yayali Bhir Yukti Rapekshaniya Tatrati Daksha Dati Vallabhasya Vande Guru Sri Charanaravinda Sakshadharittvena samasta shastre uktastatha bhavyata eva sadbi किन्तु प्रभोर्या प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्द यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादात् यस्य प्रसादात् न गति कुतोऽपि ध्यायन्तु वांस्तस्य यस्य श्रीसन्ध्या वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्द 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 जय प्रभुपादा 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 जय प्रभुपादा जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hari Haraya Namah, Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha, Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan, Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Jai Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. জয় জগন্নাথ জয় জগন্নাথ জয় বলদেব জয় সুভদ্রা। জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 প্রভুপাদ। নিতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল। নিতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सदा श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सदा श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप श्री मायापुर धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माँ यमुना माई की जय। वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसलेशनल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। द मोस्ट मर्सिफुल लॉर्डशिप श्री श्री गौनिताई की जय। द मोस्ट मर्सिफुल लॉर्डशिप श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन जी की जय। द मोस्ट मर्सिफुल लॉर्डशिप श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। सामवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Ladadaine. Prahlada Ladadaine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Shilatankhana Kalaye Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Yato yato yami tato narsimha Bahe narsimha hridaye narsimha Narasimha madim sharanam prapade Tavakara kamala vare nakam adbhuta shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanobringa Keshavadhrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Keshavadhrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narsimade, 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 Jaya Narsimade. Jaya Lakshmi Narsimha, Jaya Bhakta Prala. Lakshmi Narsimha, Jaya Bhakta Prala. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Sarva Bhakti Vigna Vinashana Singhadev Bhagavan ki, Bhaktaraj Prahlad Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande.
For the pleasure of their lordships, Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan, Sri Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadramai, Sri Sri Gaur Nitai, Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled Vaishnavas. Yesterday's Srila Prabhupada book distribution score is as follows. Books distributed by the matchless gift stall devotees: 13 Mahabig books, 3 big books, 5 medium books, 70 small books. Total number of books distributed 91. Satyanarayan Prabhu 5 Mahabig books. Dhaneshwar Singh Prabhu 20 small books. The overall Srila Prabhupada book distribution marathon score is as follows: 1,15,397 Mahabig books, 1,229 big books, 849 Mahabig book medium books, 16,532 small books, 679 Srimad Bhagavatam sets, 64 Chaitanya Charitamrita sets, 150 BTG subscriptions. The total number of Mahabig books distributed is 1,28,837. So ISKCON Hyderabad stood 7th overall in the world, and in medium temples category 2nd rank. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Distribution Marathon ki jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadramai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Today is 29th January, Sunday. Morning Srimad Bhagavatam class will be given by Sar Shrimdas. Guru Puja Kirtan led by His Grace Sri Gaur Hari Prabhu. Sunday Kirtan led by His Grace Sri Gaura Hari Prabhu. Tomorrow's Mangal Kirtan led by His Grace Anant Krishna Prabhu. Now Tulsi Kirtan led by Ankit Vadvan Prabhu.
वृंदयाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रद देवी सत्यव्रत्याय नमो नमः। वृंदयाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रद देवी सत्यव्रत्याय नमो नमः। वृंदयाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रद देवी सत्यव्रत्याय नमो नमः। वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय।
नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमः। राधा कृष्ण सेवा पाबो एई अभिलाषी। जे तुम्हार शरण लो तारा वांछा पुनः हो। कृपा कोरी कोरो तारे वृंदावन वासी। मोरा अभिलाष विलास कुंजे दियो वास। नयने हरिबो सदा जुगल रूप राशि। ए निवेदन धरो सखीर अनुगत करो। सेवाधिकार दिए करो निज दासी। दीन कृष्ण दासे कोय न मोरा होय। श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा न भासी। श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा येन भासि यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्मत्यधिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्मत्यधिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय वृंदे देवी जय वृंदे देवी वृंदे देवी जय वृंदे देवी जय तुलसी महारानी जय तुलसी महारानी तुलसी महारानी जय तुलसी महारानी
केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रददेवी सत्यवत्याय नमो नमः। वृंदयाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रददेवी सत्यवत्याय नमो नमः। वृंदयाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रददेवी सत्यव्रत्याय नमो नमः। वृंददेवी तुलसी महारानी की चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहादावाग्निर्वापनं श्रेयकैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधूजीवनम् आनन्दां बुद्धिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतास्वादनं सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम् नामकारी बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन काला एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन्ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशमिहाजनिनानुरागा तृणादपि सुनीचेन तरोरिवा सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेना कीर्तनीया सदा हरिः न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितं वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद्भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि ऐनन्दतनुजा किङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजा स्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तया नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदरुद्धया गिरा पुलकैर्विचितं वपुः कदा तव नामग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमीषेण चक्षुषा प्रावृसायिताम् शून्यायितां जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां पिनस्तु माम् अदर्शनान् मर्मतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनादस्तु स एव नापरः। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री शिक्षाष्टकम की जय। श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय। बहुजन्म करे यदि श्रवण कीर्तना तब तन पाए कृष्ण पदे प्रेम धना। If one is infested with the 10 offenses while chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, even though one may chant for many lifetimes, one will not attain Krishna Prema, which is the goal of the chanting. The following offenses are to be avoided in the matter of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The first offense is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagation of the holy names of the Lord. Second, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the names of Lord Vishnu. Third, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Fourth, to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in portions of the Vedic version. Fifth, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. Sixth, to give some interpretation of the holy names of the Lord. Seventh, to commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy names. Eighth, to consider chanting of Hare Krishna to be one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities or karma kanda. Ninth, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. And tenth offense is not to have complete faith in chanting of the holy names and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It's also offensive to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, which is Krishna Prem.
Reading from Sri Ramamrit, the Nectar of the Holy Name, compiled from the teachings of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Even though he was sinful, Ajamila's casual chanting was inoffensive because it was not performed to contract his sinful activities. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary to texts 9 and 10 of this chapter form a dialogue concerning how one can become free from all sinful reactions simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord. Ajamila had named his son Narayan, and because he loved the boy very much, he would call him again and again. Although he was calling for his son, the name itself was powerful because the name Narayan is not different from the Supreme Lord Narayan. When Ajamil named his son Narayan, all the reactions of his sinful life were neutralized, and as he continued calling his son and thus chanting the holy name of Narayan thousands of times, he was actually unconsciously advancing in Krishna consciousness. One may argue, since he was constantly chanting the name of Narayan, how was it possible for him to be associating with a prostitute and thinking of wine? By his sinful actions, he was bringing suffering upon himself again and again, and therefore one may say that his ultimate chanting of Narayan was the cause of his being freed. However, his chanting would then have been a Nam Aprad, Namno Balad Yasahi Papa Buddhihi. One who continues to act sinfully and tries to neutralize his sins by chanting the holy name of the Lord is a Nam Apradi, an offender to the holy name. In response, it may be said that Ajamil's chanting was inoffensive because he did not chant the name of Narayan with the purpose of contracting his sins. He did not know that he was addicted to sinful actions, nor did he know that his chanting of the name of Narayan was neutralizing them. Thus, he did not commit a Namaprad, and his repeated chanting of the holy name of Narayan while calling his son may be called pure chanting. Because of this pure chanting, Ajamil unconsciously accumulated the results of bhakti. Indeed, even his first utterance of the holy name was sufficient to nullify all the sinful reactions of his life. To cite a logical example, if a fig tree does not immediately yield fruits, but in time the fruits are available. Similarly, Ajamila's devotional service grew little by little, and therefore, although he committed very sinful acts, the reactions did not affect him. In the Shastras, it is said that if one chants the holy name of the Lord even once, the reactions of past, present, or future sinful life do not affect him. To give another example, if one extracts the poison fangs of a serpent, this saves the serpent's future victims from poisonous effects, even if the serpent bites repeatedly. Similarly, if a devotee chants the holy name even once inoffensively, this protects him eternally. He need only wait for the results of the chanting to mature in due course of time. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam 6.2.
Sometimes when we hear the glories of the holy name, we are put in a risky situation because after hearing the glories of the holy name, when we chant offensively, it amounts to chanting with a purpose to neutralize whatever bad activities or sinful activities that we may be doing. But that does not mean that we don't hear the glories of the holy name, because hearing the glories of the holy name is equivalent to hearing the glories of the Lord. The purpose of a devotee is only to hear the glories of the Lord. So that leaves no option for us but to consciously not to commit sinful activities while we are chanting the holy name. Sometimes an attitude comes into a devotee that because now I am practicing devotional service, I am doing everything for Krishna, so I can do anything and everything. In the sense, I can cheat someone, I can speak lies, or I can earn money by unfair means. All these things, one may thinking that he is a devotee, he is chanting Hare Krishna. But it seriously affects chanting because it becomes an offensive chanting. And Prabhupada is giving the example of Ajamila. He's specifically mentioning when Ajamila was chanting the name of his son Narayana, he was not thinking that this chanting of Narayana will give me liberation or freedom from sinful activities. He is out of affection for his son, he was chanting Narayana, Narayana. So, since he is not thinking of taking some advantage of chanting Narayana mantra, he is actually getting benefit of chanting the Narayana mantra. Even though he was indulging in all kinds of sinful activities, by the power of gaining the punya that he got from chanting, all the bad results of his sinful activities were neutralized. But that's not the case with all of us. We are not so innocently chanting Hare Krishna. We are all chanting with a purpose. The purpose is that we want to be freed from all kinds of bad things. But at the same time, we are also indulging in some kind of bad things. It is like Sukadeva Goswami is saying, Kunjara Sauchavaha. Kunjara Saucha means the elephant goes to the river and then takes bath nicely and then comes out and throws the mud all over his body. So one has to be very careful. That is why every day we are chanting these 10 offenses so that consciously we don't commit these offenses. We take full care of chanting our holy name properly so that it does not come under the category of nam namnad balad yasyahi papa buddhihi, possessing this sinful mentality of taking advantage of the holy name to clear all the sinful reactions. So Prabhupada is carefully instructing all of us. We are hearing the glories of the holy name, so we also hold responsibility not to commit sinful activities consciously. Shri Harinama Prabhu ki jai. Now let's offer respectful obeisances on all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who just like desire trees, fulfilling the desires of everyone there with full of compassion for all the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.